What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. The team on the screen right there is the team that we're going to be using for this weekend league, give or take. I might be swapping out Varane and Rui Costa for informed Nacho or second informed Nacho and third special card Neymar or whatever it is. It just depends on their pricing when they come out at 6. It's actually 5 to 6, so they're going to come out in 5 minutes. This video is probably going to be a bit shorter than normal. I've just been a bit ill over the last 2 days and just haven't had the energy to do anything. I'm actually sweating my balls off right now, sweating out this illness. So just giving it my best for you guys here today. Now, lots of comments here to talk about and some interesting stuff as well. Mostly about the team that I've got. The first comment is from Maud Chukri. He says, I love you, bro. I appreciate that. He says, but that team does not look strong. And then there was another comment that says, is it just me that feels like Nep's team has gone backwards since that team with Henry / Red Benatia, etc.? And a response to that was somebody saying, yeah, I agree, you got rid of Ronaldo and Henry and now has Jesus and Gustavo and also has Donkey and Costa, and why start Fernandinho over Herrera? So obviously lots of valid opinions and stuff there. For me personally, I do need to make a few changes to this team. I'm not saying that this is my complete and perfect team, and of course we've been through the fact that I've overpaid for some of the Team of the Year cards for multiple reasons. You know, you can go back and watch the reasons, the videos for that. But after playing with this team and playing with the new formation in Division 1, this team is strong, really strong. We'll go into a live section after I do the post-com gameplay, and I'll show you the stats of the players and who's good and how they're playing and why I feel like they're playing good. But in terms of like the players, obviously we had Ronaldo before, we had Henry, but in terms of like Rui Costa, I've constantly used Rui Costa. He's got the most games for me this year. He's almost 800 games. Nobody played that many games for me. Not Ronaldo, not Henry. Nobody played that many games for me. So, you know, I think it's fair to say that Rui Costa has been a mainstay. But Rui Costa is one of the guys that will not be in the team long term. He's more just in there for other reasons. The reason why I don't have Ander Herrera in the team right now, again, very fair question and something that I just never explained as to why, and it would make more sense. You could actually see what the squad is there on screen. So I'm switching to a 4-2-3-1. I'm using now Gustavo and Fernandinho in at CDM. I'm using De Bruyne at left cam. I'm using Rui Costa at right cam and Luka Modric at central cam. And I'm using Gabriel Jesus up front. So the theory behind it is that I'm also now switching Munir to centre-back. The reason why I started using Munir at centre-back was because I wanted to try something with Fernandinho and Luis Gustavo. I played Luis Gustavo at centre-back for a fair while, and I liked him there. Don't get me wrong, I thought he was strong there. I thought he was solid there. The reason why I went for Fernandinho and Luis Gustavo as my 2 CDMs and not Ander Herrera, because Ander Herrera, when Rui Costa is in the team, Ander Herrera just slots in perfectly. Of course, when Neymar's in the team, Fernandinho is required for the extra Brazilian link. But when Rui Costa's in the team, obviously the icon gives Herrera the third link. The reason why I've gone for Fernandinho and Luis Gustavo is because they both have medium-high work rates. So what I wanted to do was play the 4-2-3-1 and just try something with medium highs. You know, I've so many times I've played with high in CDM or medium in CDM. When we had Patrick Vieira, we had it medium. When we had Matuidi, he's high. When we used Munir there, he's high. When we used Ander Herrera there, he's high. So I really wanted to give medium-high work rates a test in the 4-2-3-1 just to see if it helped improve my game defensively, and it did. So I'm not saying that these are the guys that are going to stay in the team forever or the guys that we're going to have at all times. But what I'm saying is that these are the guys that I wanted to use now just to see how the work rates affected things over a longer period of time or at a higher level of gameplay. Now, obviously, I played just Division 1 games and we'll see even more over a 40-game period. But I struggled with the 4-2-3-1 last time I used it. But a few pro players and a few close friends that are very good at FIFA that I'm trying to take advice from say to me, just play the 4-2-3-1, man. Just play it out, like give it a whole weekend league, try and figure out how to attack. Because the reason why I didn't like switching to the 4-2-3-1 was the simple fact that although it was better for me defensively, I just struggled offensively. But I kept getting told, you know, just keep trying and keep trying. Eventually you'll master the attacking side of things, and then because it's so strong defensively, it will just be a lot better for you. And it was right. And you can see on the screen again here, I bought in Alessandrini for Rui Costa. Most of the time Rui Costa gets subbed off for one of the pace merchants, be it Promes or Alessandrini, and then in other times I will actually take Gabriel Jesus off. I'll put De Bruyne up front because he actually makes a fantastic striker, and then I'll bring Alessandrini or Promes on at that left side. So in terms of the is it me that just feels like Nep team has gone back since that team with Henry / Red Benatia, I can still go and get Red Benatia, Alexandro and my Red Matuidi. I've got those 2 red cards there, Benatia and Matuidi, that all I'll ever have to do is put Alexander in at left back, and he's now like 70k or less. So, you know, I can always go back to that trio, but I always had it in my mind that I wanted to use Marcelo, Ramos and Modric in that left-hand side. Because of the change in formation, my team's a little bit not ideal to how I'd like it, but it's actually playing really well. Because of how good De Bruyne is, even at left cam, yeah, sure, he doesn't have 99 pace off the jump. He's not like an Alessandrini or a Promes that I've got on the bench, but I have an engine chem star on a 96 rated team with the ear card, and it actually makes him insane in terms of like a winger. So he gets 96 acceleration and 90 sprint speed, perfect passing, perfect dribbling, perfect shooting, insane physicals, and as an outside cam, he actually comes in and is just clutch. Like, he's just so good as that outside cam. In Modric as a cam, I don't even have the Hunter card on Modric yet, and he started absolutely banging goals in for me, left, right and centre. You'll see it more specifically now. So once I put a Hunter chem style on Modric, again, 97 acceleration, great finishing, great passing, great dribbling, good stamina, good tackling. He's a good utility player, 4-star, 4-star and high medium. It's just perfect. And then Costa at the outside cam spot, I don't remember what chem style I have on Costa, I believe Maestro, but even he has 88 sprint speed and 83 acceleration, so it's not like, even with a Maestro, it's not like he's slow or anything, and his stats go really good. So I've actually enjoyed Costa as the right cam. I thought I would hate this team and the way I set it up in the 4-2-3-1, because I thought I would require a lot of pace on those outside cam spots, but I don't. But there is still room to improve, and as you guys say, you know, as you guys are kind of observing, I've had better players in this team. Like, sure, I've had Patrick Vieira in this team, we've had Desai, we've had Lothar Matthäus, we've had Thierry Henry and Cristiano Ronaldo. But let me tell you this, to the people that were saying, because there was a few more comments about, you know, having Gabriel Jesus over Thierry Henry, this Gabriel Jesus card scores about the same as what Thierry Henry did. So I don't see a problem with it being that. Okay, so maybe the team doesn't look as aesthetically pleasing. I think people are sleeping on the Gustavo Fernandinho duo as well. I think they're really good. I've used Munir at centre-back for a full Division 1 run and a daily knockout tournament run. Of course, a daily knockout tournament's not super difficult, but I used both of those cards. I used Munir at centre-back, and I've used Fernandinho, and I've used Luis Gustavo, and they're very good. I like them a lot. Obviously, I want to play a weekend league with them just to really see the problems. I'm loving Varane, although I'm happy to put Nacho in. There was actually a comment that said if I'm going to get Nacho, I'm happy to get Nacho in. But the problem with him is he has low height. He's only 5'10". Now Munir at 6'3" covers for that. I'm going to have 2 centre-backs with the weirdest work rates, one with high, one with medium, but that Nacho is going to be super fast with absolutely spectacular defensive stats, and because he is short and not what would be considered a meta player, I do think that he might be relatively affordable, you know, coming in at maybe that sort of 100 to 140k mark, so that would be quite nice. So I'm happy to upgrade this team, you know. We've got 1 million coins in the bank, 1.1 million coins almost in the account. We've got some FUT Champs rewards to come. I've got at least 500,000 coins in consumables that I'm getting rid of over time. So I've got a lot of coins available to help me upgrade this team. I personally like this team. I think the players in this team are players that I enjoy playing with, which I think is a huge importance in FUT Champs. But not only that, I think they all have like... they all serve a purpose for the things that I think are important in this game. They all have high composure. They all have good agility, good ball control. They have good work rates now. They've all got 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. You know, having every single player in my attack, Modric, De Bruyne, Costa, and Gabriel Jesus, they all have 4-star, 4-star. Fernandinho has a 4-star weak foot, I believe. Let me just double check that. Fernandinho... yeah, has a 4-star weak foot. I also believe Luis Gustavo has a 4-star weak foot. No, so he only has a 3-star weak foot, but he's the only person in my team that's in the midfield or higher that has a 3-star weak foot. And so all these nuances that are overlooked consistently by a lot of people are the things that I'm looking at that I feel like are making a difference for me. You know, I've said it many times before, and it was actually brought up in the comment section when you guys were debating my team or not. Like, once you get to a certain standard of player, because of how overpowered chem styles are, like, nothing really changes. You don't upgrade your team, you just change the players in your team. And I personally believe that my team is very good. When I look at Luis Gustavo with a shadow, 99 interceptions, 99 slide tackle, 99 stand tackle, and 94 marking. When we get Patrick Vieira, for example, when we go for Patrick Vieira, the 86 Vieira that I obviously had for so long, he gets 99 interceptions, 99 slide tackle, 99 stand tackle, and 98 marking. So the only difference in pure defensive qualities is that he has 4 extra marking than Luis Gustavo. He's a little bit quicker, sure, but he has a little bit worse work rates. He has a 3-star weak foot too, as does Luis Gustavo. He has a little bit better physicality, but in terms of his passing and such, it's all very, very similar. So, you know, there becomes a point in time where the person holding the controller, the player's skill, is considered more relevant, and what the idea is to benefit yourself the most with the nuances that improve this game dramatically. And in my opinion, and I know you guys may well disagree, you may well get bored of hearing it, but in my opinion, having 4-star weak foot or better is paramount, specifically for attacking players. Having correct work rates definitely helps. I don't think it's the be all and end all work rates. I think work rates are on the lower end of the importance of things, but I still wanted to try 2 medium high at CDM because I haven't tried it before. So I was like, hey, maybe this will be the difference. Who knows? I also think, so yeah, composure, I think weak foot, and I think obviously traits and specialities are super important. And then when we look at someone like Kevin De Bruyne as a Team of the Year card, let's hope that Footbin have got his traits upgraded. He has early crosser, long passer, long shot taker, playmaker, and corner specialist. Now, corner specialist is an important one for me because although, again, it's something that's completely overlooked and people never see, since I put Team of the Year De Bruyne in my team, I've scored more near post headers than in like the last 2 months combined from corners. And it seems to be the case that it's because De Bruyne has that corner specialist trait, so it improves the way he takes corners. When you look at this gameplay, when you look at this team, everybody gets involved defensively. All 4 of my attackers get goals and assists like you would never believe. And then I have such a solid foundation defensively with those 2 defensive midfielders, my world-class fullbacks in the 2 Team of the Year defenders, Munir at centre-back and Varane as well, who's rapid as hell. For me personally, this team, it has everything. Absolutely everything. What does it not have? A 5-star skiller and a 5-star weak foot player. If we use Neymar instead of Costa, that's covered. We then have the 5-star in there. I also believe personally that De Bruyne is going to get upgraded to a 5-star weak foot in the ratings refresh, so we'll have then another 5-star weak foot player. I'm absolutely open to upgrading Gabriel Jesus, but as you're going to see in a second when we go live, he just bangs goals. Like, he's just such a player that is just consistent over a long period of time that, as I say, whether it's Cristiano Ronaldo or whether it's Thierry Henry, Gabriel Jesus will score 95% of the goals that those guys score. No question about it. There'll be the odd goal here or there that you'll be like, wow, how's Ronaldo scored that Gabriel Jesus couldn't have scored? But over long term, that's not going to make a huge difference. With that being said, I do still want to put Cristiano Ronaldo back into the team at one stage or another. We're actually not far off being able to afford him. If I clear my club out again and gut everything, we'd only be a few 100,000 coins away. So maybe over the next week or 2, we could get there. There's also a lot to be discussed. I got a lot of other comments here that I wanted to get through, but I was enjoying talking about the team. So we're going to go for now. I'm going to be back in a second, guys. We're going to go live. I will be right back. Alright guys, so I did actually end up buying Nacho already. I don't know if he's cheap or not, but for me he feels cheap. Now, his 84 rated card is 30,000 coins. So that doesn't mean like huge amounts compared to his 86, but his 86 is upgraded heavily. He has gone from, let's go and take a look. Let me quickly do these these objectives real quick. We bought 2 defenders. Let's go. A 2 players pack. Come on. Give me something out of this 2 players pack. Give me an inform. How crazy would that be? Give me Aguero or Neymar. Let's go. Come on. We don't get bored. We do get a rare gold player though, so at least that's something we didn't expect. Pizarro and some silver guy right there. So that's that done and dusted. Yeah, as I say, I did buy Nacho, so I picked him up for 85k. I feel like that's a good deal, because what he's got as an upgrade is he's got 2 sprint speed and 2 acceleration, but defensively he's gone up 3 interceptions, 4 heading, 3 marking, 4 stand tackle and 4 slide tackle, 3 jumping, 3 stamina, 3 strength and 3 aggression. But his reactions and ball control are also good and have gone up massively. His reactions has gone up by 5. And his ball control also by 5, and his composure also by 5. So his short passing is good too. I think once we apply I don't know if I want to use a shadow or an anchor on him here. Unfortunately, Footbin don't have his in-game stats just yet. An anchor would give me... let's have a look at anchor. Anchor gives what boost? So an anchor would give 10 acceleration and 5 sprint speed. So that put me 85 acceleration and 89 sprint speed. That's fast. That's fast for a centre back. It would also give me plus 10 on everything defensively except interceptions, which would be plus 5. So it would be 92 interceptions, 99 slide stand tackle, 97 marking, 96 heading, which is beast. It would also give 10 jumping, which would be 97. 10 strength, which will go to 94, and 10 aggression, which will go to 89. So it might be better to just give him an anchor card. I might go back to using Varane. You know, Varane, as you can see, already has only 1 less pace, but has 4 less defending and 5 less physical. Medium high though and 6'3" might be a hell of a lot better. You know, his defensive stats, as I was saying just a minute ago, I'm not necessarily upgrading the team with Fernandes. I'm more feels like I'm just changing the team. One other comment that was raised that was I want to talk a lot about it next episode, but briefly, like somebody said, is the team that I had as my dream team still my dream team? And the simple answer is no, because it just, you know, my team, what I want as my dream team changes based on new players that come out, etc, etc. But also, like, you know, since I've stopped squad battles, and I might go back into squad battles, but I probably won't. But since I stopped squad battles, my growth on this account is considerably slower. You know, we was making anywhere from 800,000 coins per week when I was playing all squad battles games, all foot champs games, all bronze pack method, and a bit of trading. We was making 800,000 coins a week. Now that I've stopped squad battles and I've stopped foot champs at the moment anyway for all 40 games, we've gone down to making somewhere around 300 to 400,000 coins a week. So my intake is so much smaller, and the upgrades, the true upgrades for my team, are millions of coins. So we're looking at 4, 5, 6 weeks per upgrade. Of course, that will change when I go back to playing 40 games of foot champs, and I'm working on things for trading. You know, I tried a few things with consumables, and as you can see there, another Hawk card sold, which is great. But generally speaking, it's not efficient enough. It's good. You know, I'm making absolute profit every time. I'm probably selling around 20 to 40 a day. So I'm making around 20 to 40,000 coins per day after tax. Let's even say 20,000 coins per day from, you know, swapping the consumables. It's okay. That's 140,000 coins per week. But there are, I'm certain, more efficient methods. So once I get rid of all these consumables, we're going to look at more efficient methods to make some coins. In terms of this team, like I said, guys, this team goes into a 4-2-3-1. Goes into a 4-2-3-1 narrow. And this is, no, like I'm pressing up. How does Gustavo not get there? This is how it looks in game. Not quite like this. Let's go to there and to there, and then let's swap these two around here. Now, this is what it looks like in game. I have thoroughly enjoyed Fernandinho and Luis Gustavo. I think they're fantastic. Medium high 6'2", good shooting, good passing, good reactions, great defending, great physicals, good pace, very nice indeed. Fernandinho, medium high, 4-star weak foot. Good pace, good dribbling, good reactions again, good passing again, good shooting again, great defensive stats, good physical stats. I don't know why people are turning their nose up at these two cards, saying that these are not as impressive as, say, the Matuidi or anything like that. Because if you actually look at Matuidi, who I do still have on my bench, if we compare him to Fernandinho has a little less pace, a little less defending, a fair bit less physical really, but more shooting, more passing, more dribbling, which is important in the ball control areas and stuff. And then someone like Matuidi has high work rates, he's a little bit shorter, okay, by an inch, but he has 2-star. How much of an impact did that make? And that's me saying, you know, I've played 588 games with this card. I know how good this card is. I've played this card to death. I know its strengths and its weaknesses. And I'm sitting here saying both Gustavo and Fernandinho, in my opinion, are better cards. Fernandinho now over 100 games and Luis Gustavo 60 games. And I thoroughly enjoy the pair of them. In terms of attack, I want to change, like in terms of upgrades for this team, Gabriel Jesus is a projected upgrade for sure. And Rui Costa is also a projected upgrade. Now, Neymar right now, who is somebody that I was interested in having in the team, is 1.6 million coins. For what it's worth, I bought Nacho Fernandez for 85k. I was saying to you guys, you know, his old inform is 30k. And his current 86 rated card is actually 100,000 coins. So I don't know if it was a good sniper or a bad sniper or what. He's got a max bin of 200k. I could, like you can see there, he's got an 89k bid on it. I mean, I could sell it for 100,000 coins and maybe buy it back when rewards drop or what, but I don't know if he's going to go much lower than 85k. I literally don't know. So the other good thing that Nacho gives us as well is that he gives Asensio 10 chemistry instead of 8 chemistry. So there's going to be a nice upgrade, tiny little upgrade there to the goalkeeper too. As I say, in terms of upgrading this team, however, Gabriel Jesus is definitely one that I want to upgrade, but not anytime soon, because there's just no reason to. When we look at Gabriel Jesus in games, 45 goals and 44 assists in 49 games, that's exceptional. That's just absolutely exceptional. And when we look at his, his stats, you know, he's got a Hunter Chem style on him. Let's go and get Gabriel Jesus here. He's got a Hunter Chem style on him, which puts him up to 99 acceleration, 95 sprint speed. Puts him up to 98 positioning, 93 finishing, and 88 shot power. Shot power not the greatest, but he still scores banging goals. He's got very high agility and balance. He's got good ball control at 85, good composure at 84. He's got 4-star. He's got 84 stamina. And if we need to bring him off, we've got Alessandrini and Quincy Promes on the bench that we can just bring on as a sub, and it's not a problem. In terms of Kevin De Bruyne, now I've played Kevin De Bruyne in a few different areas, a striker for a bit, cam for a bit, and centre mid for a bit, and he's got 55 goals and 29 assists in 49 games. Again, an exceptional return. So I know he's not your traditional winger or outside cam, but he actually performs incredibly well there for me. Rui Costa as well. Obviously, Rui Costa has got a hell of a lot of games, 721 games for me. Almost 500 assists and nearly 350 goals. As much as he actually frustrates me at times for missing simple shots, he actually performs a lot. But he is someone that I want to get rid of. I would much rather Neymar here. So when that 95 Neymar comes down in price, or if that 94 Neymar becomes a much more reasonable price. I bought that 94 Neymar for 980. I was recommended by you guys to sell him because his price would crash due to the new team of the week. I sold him on your guys' recommendation. He's actually still 950k. So it's not like he's like mad cheap or he's gone like, if he dropped down to like 8, maybe 750, 800k, I'd probably have gone and picked him up again straight away. But he hasn't. So I will look to upgrade Rui Costa and Gabriel Jesus over time, and Fernandinho too, right? But for now, this team's solid as. And then when we look at Luka Modric as my central cam, look at how good those stats are. 49 games, 38 goals and 24 assists. What is that? That's 62 goal contributions in 49 games for a midfielder. Now, he's played the last, I think, about 8 games. Let's say 8 games, right? 4 of those daily knockout games and maybe 4 or 5 Division 1 games. So maybe 9 games as a central cam. But most of his games are as an outside centre mid, and he's still got insane stats. And once I actually give him the Hunter Chem style instead of the Shadow Chem style, he's going to be even more effective in that cam spot. So I understand where you guys are saying this team doesn't appear to be as good as the previous teams that I've had. But in my personal opinion, this team is the most complete team that I've used. And I'm not just saying that because I want to go against chat or anything. I'm saying that Also under the basis of the fact that Jesus, Costa, Fernandinho and Munir are all players that can quite easily be upgraded to better alternatives. But again, saying that with Munir is fantastic. High has never caused me a problem in centre-back position, but 6'3", 4 inches, 4-star weak foot, good reactions, good ball control, not the best reactions, could be a bit better. Fantastic defensive stats, fantastic physical stats, very fast. He's got good passing. He works well in that centre-back spot. I don't know why he works well, but he works well there. He does a good job for me. I've not had any problems with him. And again, if I do have problems with him, I can just take him out, put Luis Gustavo in at centre-back, and then bring on Joshua Kimmich or Matuidi or Ander Herrera to fill in that CDM role. So we've got options. For me, I guess the Cristiano Ronaldo, Thierry Henry was something people just loved, but it wasn't like I feel I get more out of the attack that I've got now than I got out of that attack then. I do obviously, let's have a look at how this team lines up. This team lines up quite weird, and it's difficult to change because of the specifics that I've got in there in terms of the players. But if I can get obviously Cristiano Ronaldo instead of Gabriel Jesus and just get him off chem, perfect. I'm happy with that. Just play him like if we get a striker Ronaldo, if we could get Team of the Year Ronaldo over time. He'd be in a great spot there. But I also wouldn't be opposed to playing, say, Sergio Aguero. Aguero's just picked up a new inform. His old inform is like 790k for his 91 rated striker card, and that card is fantastic with a Hunter Chem style on it. He gets really good stats, but again, no better than Gabriel Jesus, other than composure and a bit better dribbling. They're very similar cards in many regards, I wouldn't mind putting Eden Hazard up here. And I'm talking again about his new left wing. I would have to have a view on the difference between his new left wing on 7 chemistry and his 92 team of the group stage on 10 chemistry, because if the stats are basically the same, then I would actually keep them exactly the same. I would use the lower rated card because it'd be cheaper. But because the 93 Hazard is a left wing, he will be cheaper than the team of the group stage card because it's central base. And in fact, already, after just 24 minutes, 93 Hazard is 1.2 million and 92 Hazard is 1.1 million. So it seems to be the case that that new 93 Hazard is going to become cheaper. So there's lots to do on this account yet. But guys, what we got to remember is we're only in January, man. We're only at the end of January. We've got a long way to go in this account. Yeah, I want to talk about it more, but in the next episode. This video has now gone from what would have been a short video to almost a 30-minute video. Apologies for those of you that don't like me discussing the team and getting involved in it this deep, but I enjoy this aspect of the Road to Glory, explaining and talking about my team and how it works. And I personally feel that this is a very strong team. Whether or not you agree, that's entirely your decision. We'll see how effective this team is in Foot Champs and how well it plays, and whether or not it helps me to a few more wins, or whether or not it keeps me at the 29, 30, 31 win mark. We'll have to wait and see. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.